Hey there yogis, my name is Crystal Gray and I'll be guiding you through day 8 of the 30-day yoga challenge for beginners. Today our affirmation is I am connected to my body. So what we'll be doing is bringing in the energy of the root chakra, which governs the area of the tailbone, the low pelvis, as well as the legs and the feet. Today's poses will help you feel a lot more connected to your body, a lot more grounded, rooted, centered. The more you're connected to your body, the better choices you'll make, which will really help to improve all areas of your life. Enjoy this practice. Namaste. Start at the front of the mat, coming into Tadasana. Ground down into all 4 corners of the feet with the big toes touching. Lift the toes, spread them apart and grip them down. And make sure you're not leaning too far forward or too far back. And bring the pelvis into neutral and gently squeeze the quads so you don't hyperextend the knees. Lift the entire rib cage up away from the pelvis and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen through the back of the crown of the head. Standing mountain pose. Breathe here. Finding your gazing point or drishti to help you focus, calm the mind. I am connected to my body. I am connected to my body. Repeating this affirmation in your mind with your breath. Drawing the lower belly gently in and up, rising up. Expanding in every direction, and then on the exhale, softening. Make sure your face is relaxed, not holding on to tension in the forehead or the jaw. Ground down, exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. Bend the knees so you can tip the pelvis. Exhale, fold forward, let the arms and head hang. It's okay if you don't touch the ground. Inhale, come up to a flat back, so hands might have to be on the shins. Exhale, fold over the legs. Push down into the feet, look out in front of you. Inhale, rise all the way up, circle the arms out to the side, up overhead. Exhale, hands down to center. Hold and breathe. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Again, you can bend the knees. Inhale, come to your flat back, chest forward, shoulders back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, look out in front of you. Inhale, rise all the way up. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. And breathe. Come back to your affirmation. I am connected to my body. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms touch. Exhale, fold. Tip the pelvis to lengthen the low back. Inhale, come halfway up to your monkey pose. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Exhale, step back to plank, top of a push-up. Now hold here and breathe. Push the heels back. Lengthen the tailbone. Draw the chest forward, shoulders back. Now bring your knees down, grab your blocks, and place them on the medium height. This works a lot better with really stable blocks, like thicker blocks. Okay, now your hands will go like this on the blocks. So thumb is under. Now you want these shoulder distance. All right, so in your plank, push forward so the shoulders come way forward, knees down. Exhale, lower down. So your chest is in between the blocks, shoulders on the blocks. Now what you can do here is focus on your form. So instead of letting your booty pop up, lengthen the tailbone, bringing the pelvis into neutral. Draw your chest forward, shoulders back. Reach through the crown of the head. Now come all the way down to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, come back down to the blocks. Curl the toes under. Lift the belly, come back up onto the knees, and then if possible, inhale, push back up. It's really hard. It's okay if that's hard. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk it out in this first one, bending and straightening the alternate legs. Let's go over that chaturanga one more time in plank. So inhale, come to plank. Exhale, hold here, tuck the chin. Lengthen the tailbone, reach through the crown of the head. Now push forward, inhale, knees down. Exhale, lower down, shoulders land on the blocks. Lengthen the tailbone, navel to spine, reach the crown of the head towards the front. Now, of course, you can do this without the knees, but it's a lot harder. Okay, and then uncurl the toes, come all the way down to the belly. Inhale, push into the knuckles, little cobra. Exhale, shoulders back down to the blocks. Lift the belly. Now this might be hard enough for you, okay? So if you can't push up, it's okay. Just do your best. Downward facing dog. That's even really hard for me. So breathe here. Focus on everything that's touching the mat. So really grounding down into the knuckles and the balls of the feet. I am connected to my body. And walk the feet forward. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Turn the toes in slightly. Hands can come onto the blocks if you have them. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold. You can bend the knees, so let the arms hang, or grab the opposite elbows. Ground down into all four corners of the feet, connecting to the earth. Hands to the shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands to the hips. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Big shoulder roll. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a couple cleansing breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Find your drishti, your gazing point. Breathe here. I am connected to my body. Okay, now move your blocks. You can keep one on each side of your mat. Okay, bring your arms out to your sides, point your fingertips down, make sure the outside edges of the feet are below the fingertips, hands to the hips. Turn the right foot out so the right heel's in line with the arch of the back foot, and turn the back toes in slightly. Bend into the right knee for Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2. Keep the knee right on top of the ankle and then pull the back hip back only as far as you can go without the knee turning in. Level out the hips, lift the rib cage up away from the pelvis. So from the navel down, ground down into the feet. From the navel up, lengthen. So we got to root down to rise up. Arms up, parallel to the ground, gaze out through the right middle finger. Feel strong here. Feel that connection to your body. Now inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right forearm to the right leg, left arm up and overhead. So here, twist the belly button open. Make sure not to dump into the bottom shoulder. You're in a straight line from the back heel all the way up to the fingertips. This is side angle stretch or Parshva Konasana. You can look down or sideways or up. Now, the reason why I had you grab your block is because if you can keep both shoulders directly over the bottom leg, then you could bring the hand to the block, but it's not necessary. Now, ground down, and then inhale, rise up. Exhale, let the arms float down. Now, go to the other side. Turn the left foot out, left heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Turn the back toes in slightly, bend into the left knee. Make sure it doesn't go past the ankle, so right on top. From the navel down, ground down, navel up, lengthen, arms up parallel to the ground. Gaze out through the left middle finger. I am connected to my body. Breathe. Anytime you feel anything come up to the surface, let it go with an exhale through the mouth. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, left forearm to the left leg, top arm up and overhead. Now you want to wrap the top shoulder so the top palm faces down, both shoulders away from the ears. Now if you can keep both shoulders directly over the bottom leg, you could bring the bottom hand to a block. Again, it's not necessary. Parshva Konasana, side angle stretch. Now ground down, inhale, rise up. Exhale, let the arms float down. Turn the left foot in. Hands to the hips, big shoulder roll. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Hands can come to the ground or shins. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, fold. If you need to bend the knees to get more tilt in the pelvis so that you're not rounding your back so much and compressing the spine, please feel free to do that. Just let the head hang loose. This is Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, monkey pose, hands on the ground or shins. Exhale, hands to the hips, bend the knees a little bit. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, heel toe the feet towards each other. And then just walk it out. Ground down with each step. Notice everything that's touching the earth. Okay, so now let's move into tree pose or Vrikshasana. So this might make you feel a little bit wobbly, but that's okay because it's good practice to help you start getting more grounded. So have your left foot in front, lift the toes, spread them apart and grip them down. Make sure not to hyperextend the knees, so soft squeeze in the quad. And then bring the right foot to the calf with the toes on the ground, or if this feels okay, bringing it up to the calf so the toes aren't on the ground. Now you can always stand by a wall or a chair. I really prefer to have the foot up on the leg somewhat so that you can really start strengthening the standing leg muscles and bones. Okay, ground down from the navel down, rise up from the navel up. Hands can be at the heart, reach through the back of the crown of the head. If you fall out of it, that's okay, just come back to it. Breathe, I am connected to my body. And release, walk it out. Okay, other side. Lift the toes, spread them apart, grip them down. And bring the left foot then just to the calf with the toes on the ground or up further on the calf so the toes are not on the ground. Open up the knee only as far as you can go without letting the hips turn. Hands to the heart, lengthen the spine. Ground down, lengthen up. I am connected to my body. Relax the face, forehead, jaw, breathe. Find that gazing point, so important in these balancing poses. Try not to have any judgment when you fall, if you fall out of the pose. And release, walk it out. Okay, now come up to the front of your mat. You can move your blocks off to the side. Come back to your Tadasana. Ground down, exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Bend your knees, plant your hands. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. Roll the shoulders away from each other. Roll the forearms in, keeping the knuckles heavy, and breathe. I am connected to my body. Focus on what's touching the earth. Ground down. Now come down to the hands and knees. Bring the knees as wide as the mat for modified child's pose. Can bring your block, if it's handy, to place under your forehead. So knees are apart, big toes touching. Sink the hips back towards the heels. It's okay if they don't touch. And then the forehead can either come onto the block or the ground. Relax the shoulders. Keep the neck long. Close your eyes. I'm connected to my body. Deep breath, slow it down. Breathing is a great way to get connected to your body. Anytime you feel kind of detached, come to your breath. Yeah, and then slowly come up to the hands and knees. And we'll come into Marichiasana 3. Okay, so have your left leg bent in and your right leg extended out. Push into the heel and the ball of the foot, and have about a fist width in between the foot and the knee. Okay, the knee's pointing straight up. Now bring your left hand behind. You might want to pull the belly over a little bit over your leg and just take a little step back with your left hip. On your inhale, lengthen the spine, and on your exhale, twist. Keep this bottom knee pointing straight up and the extended toes straight up. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Just look back to where it feels good for you. Make sure not to round the back. So think about lifting the entire rib cage up away from the pelvis. You can close your eyes if that feels good. Inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, twist a little bit in the opposite direction. And then switch out the legs. Right leg in, left leg out, fist width in between the knee and the foot. Bring your right hand behind and step back with the right hip slightly. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. Keep the left toes up, right knee up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. So twisting from the mid and upper back, not the low back. Relax the face. You can close the eyes or find a gazing point. Just keep breathing. And come back to center. Now extend both legs out in front of you. And we'll go into a seated forward fold. So if your back rounds and your tailbone tucks under, please feel free to sit up on a bolster. Otherwise, pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. You can bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen, big shoulder roll. Exhale, tilt the pelvis. Now, if your elbows comfortably come to the blocks without rounding, you could do that. Now, if you can keep your upper body lengthened and straight, then you can straighten the legs, but don't worry about that. That'll come last. So really focus on drawing the chest forward. Close the eyes. Relax the jaw and the forehead. So this is Paschimottanasana. Deep breaths, letting the exhales get longer and longer. Visamavriti, unequal breathing. So you're inhaling long, but exhaling longer. And then slowly come up. Keep your eyes closed. Just sit here for a moment. And then when you're ready, lay all the way down onto your back. If you have a bolster or a blanket and you want to put that under your knees for Shavasana, feel free to do that. Otherwise, lay back, shoulders away from the ears, hands a little bit wider than the mat, feet about as wide as the mat falling out to the sides. Close your eyes. Just letting everything we just did in our practice really assimilate body, mind, and spirit. And deepen your breath. And bring some movement back to the fingers and toes. Cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then full body stretch. Bend your knees and roll onto your right hand side using your right arm for a pillow. Take a couple breaths here. And with the strength of your arms, let your head be the last thing to come up and slowly push yourself to an easy cross-legged position, Sukhasana. Pull the flesh away from the sitting bones. Palms down on the knees. Breathe. Notice how you're feeling now after your practice. And then circle your hands together in front of your heart into prayer. Let's show gratitude for our practice today and close our time together with one Om. Take a deep breath in. And then you can bow down to where it feels good for you. Bring your thumbs from your heart center up to your forehead, acknowledging the energy that's within you, around you, connects us all together, never goes away. That energy within me acknowledges that energy within you. And I thank you so much for letting me guide you through this practice today. Namaste.